Hi everyone, I'm Gurnoor Kaur Bahel, and in today's special episode of Workwise with Naukri, we talk about breaking some stereotypes around neurodiversity at the workplace. Can learning disabilities like dyslexia hold you back work-wise? Is it a hurdle when it comes to achieving career success? Let's discuss all of this and so much more in the very exciting season finale of Workwise with Naukri. We have a stellar guest list for whom I'm extremely grateful to have made it. We have with us Shilpa Rao, Senior Partner, Purpose Institute TCS. So, Shilpa, you're a proud dyslexic, and we've seen your growth in TCS. It's a mammoth tech company. You've talked a lot about tech right now already, but and you've actually had a lot of roles in this entire journey. Going up the ladder, the corporate ladder, as they say. And I really doubt that. People would have initially believed also that you had dyslexia. But how has that journey actually been for you, going up that corporate ladder, at TCS? So, what is the reality of the situation, really?
Sure. This is a very interesting question. And what I feel is that I was not labeled dyslexic from childhood, which kind of gave me a lot of freedom to kind of believe in what I have to believe in, right? So I thought, okay, this is just the way I am, and maybe I had need to kind of figure a way around. So when I started my in the organization in the early days, I was just observing everything, like just a sponge, right? Everything goes around. I'm just kind of soaking that in. And in my early days, one of the skill set which I found very useful, which I had kind of honed through my, through my coping mechanism through my child days was essentially one recording things and then, taking my time to actually listen to it and write down notes because it took me time to understand a lot of those things. And in initial days, it was just so overwhelming when people were saying a lot of things and I couldn't get anything. So that really helped me to kind of listen, re-listen, and that helped me to build the depth which was required to kind of gain the understanding and looking at everything in the initial days. And my notes were all colored, so that's something which I learned from my coping mechanism in the childhood. In fact, my math book was like more colorful than my drawing book, so all of that coloring and others really helped me to understand things in a very different way and go deep into each one of them. And I think that the dyslexic ability then to kind of connect the dots really helped going forward. Also, what I found in the initial days, being vocal about uh, you like something or you do not like something after giving enough time to it, right? So being vocal about that also helped, saying that if you are put in roles where you have given enough time for it to sit in it and explore it and look at what are the different options and yet find it difficult to cope up with it, being vocal is also very important, which kind of helped me to shift certain tasks, shift certain roles, which helped me to get a lot of things done.
All right. And look where you are. You've been in AI innovation. I guess all of this stuff played like a very. I'm guessing it came very naturally to you to think of things very differently and become a leader when it comes to product development and AI innovation, right? So I'm absolutely loving this conversation. I'm going to come to our next question here, which is a follow up of this. Um, so, what does get in the way? What are the challenges that you face?
Sure. So I don't see them as challenges, but I see that it's a way in which you kind of navigate through things more than seeing them as roadblocks or challenges. So I remember in my initial days, right, when somebody used to kind of say some things, it took me a lot of time to really understand. And I used to again like take all these colorful notes and all of that. And what used to happen is sometimes I used to take it in my phone because I didn't I didn't have like a notepad. Somebody said something, okay, okay, let's just note it down. And then people would say, no, 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 don't note it down. Like, just listen and you have to remember. And like, so I found coping with that very difficult. And sometimes people thought that, I was like coloring or doodling. But in fact, I was like, actually taking out notes. So changing that perception in the initial days was difficult. But then I think it's just a matter of time and you kind of get over that.
I love it. I absolutely love it. What is that one advice that you'd like to give dyslexic individuals who are just starting off and would like to be more like you and would like to go up on that corporate ladder?
So I would say believe in yourself, because the world tells us everything, but it's for us to believe in ourselves and just believe. That's all I would like to say. And then with focus, belief and action, everything is possible.
I think that's nice. I think that's nice. Thank you so much. And that concludes our conversation today. Thank you so much for tuning in to the season finale of Workwise with Naukri. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you did enjoy it, then do subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening to. Stay tuned for more. I'm Gurnoor Kaur Bahel, and this was Workwise with Naukri, a career podcast produced by Wine Studio.